What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stock. Today I want to talk to you about Faraday future, ticker is FFIE. I want to give you a good breakdown of the data points and from here where things might be going. Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. Without further ado, let's get right to it. So it is currently down 6.75%, almost another new 52-week and all-time low. So definitely not moving in the right direction. And it's very weird. Like I said on my last update, there's been a lot of good operational updates, but I think at this stage in the game, just the sentiment is hit so much, and in general, there's not really any new PR or anything as of today, no SEC filings or anything like that, so it is just very much largely following the broader market. And right now the market is very much red, so of course not necessarily, like I said, the best things that have been happening, but I'll give you guys a quick overview, for instance, of shorts, because even though there is some negative stuff in the short term, there was something that happened on Friday that is very optimistic. So I want to break that down. So short score is currently 76. Utilization is at 100%, showing 100% of all the available shares to short are currently out. So like I said, based on the technicals, things are looking kind of iffy, but based on this, shorts, of course, they're currently returning 262,000 shares, which given a very red day, they can easily just double down and suppress it so much more, but they're not. So I see that as a little bit more of an underlying bullishness behind it, because currently 27.4% of the free float's being shorted. So that's really high in reality. And that worked out to be 163 million shares being shorted. So obviously that is something that you need to factor in. But when it comes down to options activity, I like to look at exactly what is happening and kind of the sentiment. And as of today, there is $13.86 thousand in call premiums being purchased. So of course that does mean that at least in the short term, it's a little bit more optimistic. People are assuming it's going to go up. And when it comes down to calls or puts, depending on what you're trying to do, whether buying or selling them, they could be bullish or bearish. There was one big thing that did happen on Friday, so the 21st, I want to break it down for you. As you can see, there was $1.58 million worth of puts that was sold. So as you can see, whenever there is a sell for a put, that is 100% positive, and they did have a $20 strike price. So that is absolutely huge, to say the least, and that is 2024, so January 2024 is the expiry date. Keep in mind, options activity don't necessarily move the stock price. It's a little bit more of a sentiment, but the fact that someone did sell a put, $20 put by 2024, definitely does insinuate something big is potentially coming. But of course, I could be very much wrong. I am not a financial advisor. You guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. As far as big money getting in, it's been kind of silent. So those are all the transactions on the secondary market. As far as dark pool transactions for Faraday, as you can see, there hasn't been anything since the 17th. Keep in mind, these are only transactions over $100,000. So I think it just shows that big money isn't necessarily getting into Faraday as much as they once were. The last one being on the 17th, of course, and that was $111,000. But as of right now, I just want to give you a good breakdown. Morningstar just came out with their report, and they do have Faraday at 86 cents being the fair market value. So like I've said in the past, just Faraday does have a lot of good upside, is just being very much suppressed, but it is very much optimistic to see that the fair market value is around 86 cents. But of course, like I said, that's just something for you to be aware of in general. Like I said, when it comes down to the technicals, it is below a lot of the pivotal moving averages, so you kind of just have to follow the fib levels like I've been saying, and around 26 cents and 15 cents. So between the S3 and the S2 is where it's currently trading. And just be aware, anything that is currently trading between the S3 and the S2 as of right now, given this market circumstance, is seen as junk. So although I'm not saying that Faraday is junk, I'm just saying that's how the market is interpreting it as. So of course it's kind of needing more money and various things. So definitely, given the higher interest rate environment and so forth, it definitely needs to hit a home run operationally. But like I've said in the past, if you do believe in Faraday and their future as much as that person who did sell the put, then take advantage of these discounted prices, because in reality they might not last too much longer in reality. But like I said, I think a lot of the EV sector in general is going down very much. Tesla is currently down 2.4%, Lucid as well, Rivian is oddly up, and then there is Mullen's going through their whole different battle right now. But once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on Faraday. Keep in mind, like I already mentioned, stochastic is currently at 5. So theoretically, if there is a good piece of news that does not have any additional strings attached to it, then Faraday could easily go up with a good value rally. But again, a lot of good value investors are just waiting on the sidelines for confirmation, for instance, of Faraday getting things done. So you kind of have that aspect as well. Momentum number retail investors are getting in today, so clearly taking advantage of these discounted prices. So again, to sum up everything that I did mention, technicals look very poor, unfortunately, and still do look most likely that it is going to trend down. And there's a lot of different factors at play with that, but some of the signals behind the scenes are bullish. So once again, kind of have conflicting information, but let me know you guys' thoughts on Faraday in the comments below. Give yourself a shout out if you have been buying, because it is a little bit more of a scary time, but give yourself a shout out in the comments if you do believe in Faraday and where you see things going in the short term. So don't forget to do that and hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing I just wanted to share with you, there is a good promo with 𝗪𝗧 only for April, so a week left, give or take. Sign up for a free account and you get 1 free stock. So even if you just do that, is a complete no-brainer. Take advantage of free, because free is free. That's the best type of dollar value. And plus, on a side note, 𝗪𝗧 is $0 commission free, level 2 trading. Deposit $100, you do get additional 4 free stocks. So complete no-brainer. Take advantage while you can. Link in the description below and also the comments. And without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Faraday.